Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this presentation I'm going to talk about the importance of knowledge in life. And the presentation will have the following outline. I'll talk about the role knowledge plays in our lives, then I'll talk about how to gain knowledge, then I'll also explain how the lack of knowledge can affect us as a people, then I'll summarize the whole presentation, then I'll end the presentation with an optional prayer. So let's get started. Now, to know is to have the right ideas about how things work. To know is to actually understand how things fit together, as a piece, and how that fitness makes sense in the bigger picture of things. Now, once you know, you can redirect your life towards success. It is when you know the difference between what is good for you and what is not. That is a time, or that is a moment where you can actually decide to put your life in a direction which will help you or benefit you in the long run. Now, knowledge is meant to help us understand life and how different things fit together in this life. Knowledge is also meant to help us fit into the universe. It is when we are able to fit into the universe, that is when we can actually make a meaningful contribution towards the universe and actually make the universe a better place in our lifetime or for as long as we live. And without knowledge, we will be mentally blind and without direction. Once we don't have knowledge, we'll be found in a place of darkness, where we wouldn't know good from bad, we wouldn't know what will help us and what will destroy us. And then once we don't know these basic things, we would have no direction. And this lack of direction, can actually destroy us in the long run. Now, the quest for knowledge is a choice. Every human being has a choice to make, in whatever it is that they choose to do with their lives. And those who choose and pursue knowledge are those who gain it. So if you choose and you decide that I want to know, I want to really understand how this works, then you can actually start making conscious decisions and moving towards that particular direction. Now, the path to knowledge requires the following from the individual. First of all, the individual must be humble and committed to the search for knowledge. Secondly, the individual must study and observe everything that's happening around them. And then the last point, the individual must be consistent and objective about what they are studying and what they are observing in the environment around them. To lack knowledge is not to know nor understand. Once you don't know and you don't understand, basically you're in a place of ignorance. And the lack of knowledge plunges the individual into a zone of ignorance and mental blindness. When you don't know, when you don't have knowledge, or when you don't understand how certain things work, you find yourself in this spot of darkness where you don't really understand how things or how the pieces fit together. And ignorance is a choice, and this choice has a tendency to destroy an individual's destiny, because when you're ignorant, you don't know what is the difference between what is good for you and what is not. And once you don't know this, it is difficult to direct your path or direct your life towards a point where you're going to succeed. Sometimes, ignorance can actually go beyond an individual and then destroy an entire generation. So ignorance is infectious. When you're found in an environment where there is ignorance, it is possible that the people can also pick up upon this, and then the trend can continue. And this can actually affect an entire generation, and actually destroy them in the long run. Now, every human being has a responsibility to pursue knowledge, because it is knowledge that will help you put your life on track for the betterment of your own life. So, in summary, knowledge is meant to help us in life. Without knowledge, it's difficult for us to direct our path. We won't get the help that we need. And knowledge is also help us to fit into the universe, and it is when we're able to fit perfectly into the universe that we can make meaningful contribution towards the universe in our lifetime. The quest for knowledge is a choice. Every human being has a choice to choose between whatever it is that they want to do with their lives. So to gain knowledge or to get knowledge, it's a choice that you make, and then you work on it. And then once you work on it diligently, you eventually get to gain the kind of knowledge you're looking for. Now, those who choose and those who pursue knowledge are the ones who actually gain it. And ignorance can destroy an individual or entire generation. Those who do not decide to pursue knowledge, or those who decide to stay ignorant, this ignorance that they stay with, can actually destroy them or destroy an entire generation. And most of the time, they won't see this destruction until they get to the end of our lives, or they get to the point, in their lives where it is very difficult for them to turn around and make certain basic corrections to certain mistakes that they made in the past. So at this point, if you are willing, I would like you to pray this prayer with me. Dear God, I come before you with a sincere heart. Grant me understanding in life and transform me forever. Save me from ignorance. I thank you for listening to my prayer. Amen. And if you pray this prayer, I believe that the one true God who created everything and made everything possible will grant you understanding beyond means you could ever imagine. Stay blessed. And at this point, I'd like to thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.